Trophy Fights with the Champions Rise 305, donde surgen los campeones. O, como decimos en el 305, 305, fájate. How do you say in Portuguese 305, donde surgen los campeones?
305, aonde subes os campeões.
Excellent. Talk about a champion in the making. We have a gentleman. Tell everybody your full name.
My name, if you can pronounce it right, is João Pedro Teixeira Guerra. If you just speak English, call me John like everyone else does.
Okay, guerra, like war.
Exactly like war.
I'm glad you came. You were a part of Trophy Fights number 10. We're getting ready for Trophy Fights number 11, March 27th, because you brought a war. I love that. And I like your attitude. You know, we have in our logo respect and honor. So it's good because we have a lot of fighters representing the concept of Trophy Fights. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me,
Okay, let me tell you, I was talking to you earlier. I love that you came because I like the attitude. You connected with us. You say, I want to be on. That's the winning attitude. That's where champions rise. And I liked your fight because the gentleman you fought, he's always been really spectacular. And I thought, okay.
Jay's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. If you're going to lose to someone, it's not bad to lose to someone who's a nice guy.
Exactly.
And so Jay's a good guy.
Yeah, but I liked your fight because Jay's usually spectacular, and that was a close fight. So I said, wow, who is this guy that brought the...
This guy's been here. This guy's been training in Gainesville silently, doing his thing. And I'm here to show the world that I'm capable of a lot more than that. That's a little bit of a 6-minute segment you saw, and you're going to see a lot more.
Excellent. And you know what? We're a platform to show that, to showcase that. So make sure you contact us at www.trophyfights.tv, NTV USA, Cachita Universal Studios. Tell us, when did you start in the martial arts?
Like I said, about preteens, early teenage, 13, 14. My friends started going to basketball, football, soccer classes, all that stuff. I wasn't interested. I got into the jiu-jitsu. There was a little place called Dragon Master in Gainesville, Florida, where the F2 started training at. Long story short, the owners tried to steal the cage. They closed down. But you met a lot of cool people. I didn't want to join a gym right away because I thought fighters are bullies. They're big. They're mean. You're going to go in there and they're going to beat you up. And I was pleasantly surprised, man. They're the nicest people on earth.
Yeah.
And
you know what? That's good, though. I'm glad you do that because we have also a responsibility through martial arts and combat sports and through our platform is to show that. Because a lot of people get into martial arts for anti-bully. So the combat sports
That's so right.
athlete, the martial artist can't become the bully. And it's very easy nowadays to believe the hype. And you said you started in jiu-jitsu, later on you got into striking. Tell us about that.
Started in jiu-jitsu. I did that for a couple years and I had a major accident. Had a surgery on my triangular fibrocartilage complex tissue, this tendon. Messed me up for a lot of years. It was sad I couldn't compete. I went the other route, the school, the working. And now that I'm healed and I can compete and I have the green light with the doctors, I just want to get back into it.
Awesome. And you did very good in the striking. You said you like the Muay Thai.
You're gonna see a lot more straight punches next time. I was in there for a couple minutes. It was trying to wait for the counter. I'm more of a counter striker. I believe Jay is more of a counter striker. So I was in there and I was trying to feel it out. I got warned about once or twice by the referee, let's make it a fight.
Right.
And from then on, I felt like he wasn't going to come forward. And maybe you can call it cocky, you can call it whatever. I felt like I could come in and hit him and change the fight. I never hit him clean except for the very end. If you watch the fight at the very end, I hit him with one clean right straight or right hook, overhand kind of thing. And then that's when I chase him, and that's when I get knocked out immediately.
Excellent.
After.
You said a couple of things like you like counter fight. I like counter fighting also. You press the action, but you know what? Listen, this is an experience, and these are experiences that make you better.
It's a beautiful experience,
right? And then they make you better. And I know for sure.
See, right there, I was unconscious right here. The shot he hit me before, the right overhand, that he ducked over my right cross, my right hook, and he hit me with a right overhand and then fell on top of me. That right overhand that he hit me with, I was unconscious. When he was on top of me in transition, everything, I was unconscious. No one was able to tell. You'll see when he's punching me, I actually wake up the third or fourth punch and then start blocking. And then when I start blocking, the ref stops it. I get up right away because I think right here, I say, okay, the ref stops it. It's time for the third round. I get up, and then he says, no, you were out. The fight's over. This is me becoming disappointed. But I was out. If you look, I was pale as a ghost from the shot with a right overhand that I didn't see coming. I didn't have my left hand up. I went for a right hook. I was chasing him. He stopped, planted, threw a right. It just hit me perfect on the tempo. I didn't see it coming, and then he fell on top of me. I was already unconscious. He woke me up with the little ground and pound. Woke me up. Thank you for that.
Yeah, but that's why I say the experience is what makes
right here, that right there, unconscious. I was asleep, sleeping right here, and then I'm still unconscious. And here, good morning, I wake up.
But yeah, that usually happens.
No, it's beautiful.
And this experience is what makes you better because, listen, one of the things that Turf Fights that were great here with Cachicha Universal Studios, with NTV USA, is that we're providing a platform for fighters to get this experience, to go into the pros, to go into champions, and to become superstars. Because one thing is training in the gym, another thing is practicing, but another thing is getting in there and competing.
And being under the lights and wanting to make a show for the fans while also thinking that, but no.
All these factors. So we're providing.
Right there, I loved every minute of this fight. I really thank you for this opportunity. And I'm excited to show you guys that I'm more than just a brawler. I'll brawl every time. I'm going to bring it. But next time, no body shots in that fight. If you saw, I didn't throw one body shot.
Now that you
no
said
takedowns.
now it's the next time. You're going to be in our Turf Fights number 11, March 27th.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Excellent. This is great because you know what? Who knows down the line, next fight or the next fight, it could be another title shot. And who knows, in this event, number 11, we're handing out a pro contract because we're going to have pro fights in June. Now that I mentioned that, let's talk about what's happening locally with combat sports. Miami, South Florida, South FLA has become the mecca for mixed martial arts. It's right there with New York and California.
I want to move down here for this reason.
There's a lot of events happening. We have the Bare Knuckle. We have Global Legion. We had Titan FC that just happened. We have a lot of different combat leagues like Combat Nights, XFN. If you notice, I mention everyone.
Yeah.
Because you know what? We want to promote all the martial arts,
a lot
all
of
the
people
combat sports.
aren't into the bare knuckle fighting. They don't like it. I like it. I think it's it's entertaining as well. It's a whole different animal, but it's a sport, and I think it should be televised and broadcasted.
Yeah, listen, we want to promote all combat sports, all entertainment, because we feel that the more you come together, like our symbol, the more power, the more exposure, and everybody wins. So like we say, we don't hate, we appreciate, and we participate. And you have a lot of people, for example, let's go to the world of combat sports and the UFC. UFC tonight, you have Mr. Rosa from American Top Team, Charles Rosa, representing South Florida, undefeated, fighting. So the more champions that we come from 305 represent the world is great. Wouldn't you agree?
It's like a family, when you're in the fight game and you're surrounding yourself with people who love it, you kind of build your own little community in that, and you guys love to share videos, stories, the next fight, the fight that just happened.
Yes. Now, and we talked about the UFC coming up this weekend. We have the big
Derek Lewis,
the big heavyweights, the
Beast,
big boys, yeah,
and Curtis Blades. If Derek Lewis can keep it off the ground, if Curtis can go in and get the takedown whenever he wants, I think it will be a long night for Derek Lewis. But if it can be a stand-up fight, if Derek hits you in the face, you know what I'm saying? Usually you go down. He's a big boy.
Right. You know what I think? I think both fighters are developing and growing, and this is an evolving game. The person that makes the adjustment and evolves is the one that goes forward.
And that's what I'm here to do. I see a lot of things, and I want to grow from all of it.
Excellent. And you're going to see it in all the up-and-coming fighters. Like Dillashaw is coming back.
That's going to be exciting.
And you know what? He's great.
It might be against his old coach, Uriah Faber.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be exciting.
That's going to be exciting.
There's a story behind all that.
Oh, yes.
305 Fights and Entertainment. Miami. Dade County. 305 Fights. Don't miss out on the action. Get the app now. Download now at NTV USA. Let's go. 305 Fights and Entertainment. Miami, South Florida, Miami, Dade County. Don't miss out on the action. 305 Fights. 305 Fights and Entertainment. Miami, Dade County. County. 305 Fights. Get the app. Now. Download now at NTV USA. 305 Fights. Donde surgen los campeones.
Oh yes. So we have a lot of stuff happening in boxing, in the executive, the older division. Mike Tyson, I think, is just signing to fight Evander Holyfield again.
I'll see him fight every time. I don't care who Mike Tyson's fighting. I'll buy it every single time. I mean, he's a legend. His last fight, he put on a great show. They both did. It was a good heavyweight bout. It was a good exhibition, and I think they showed the world that these old guys that still have championship blood running through their veins, they can come out and compete and make some money for some good causes.
Yes. So let's do a little bit in Spanish and then Portuguese, like the 305, the culture.
Soy brasileño, pero tengo que practicar mi español más aquí en Miami.
Perfecto. Sí, Miami es una de las mecas de artes marciales mixtas.
Sí.
Tenemos muchos eventos, mucho talento como usted que está saliendo. Vayan al 305, promuévanse. ¿Cuáles son sus medios sociales? What is your social media?
My social media right now is Joao Guerra on Facebook, Snapchat, JOAO. PTGUERRA 25. That's where I post videos of my training, and you can follow me and see me grow on there.
Excellent. Vamos a ir a todas las plataformas, vamos a promover, apoyar todo este talento, porque juntos con su patrocinaje, su apoyo, podemos surgir y dar una plataforma y un apoyo a todo este talento. A todos los amigos de Brasil que hablan portugués, vamos a mandarle un saludo.
Meus amigos brasileiros aqui que gostam de assistir minhas lutas, obrigado minha família. Thank you everyone that watches my fights, not just if you speak Portuguese. I love everyone that buys the pay-per-view. I love everyone that's seen me grow. Keep doing it, and I'm going to put on a show.
Excellent. And we want to make the shout-outs to everybody. Shout out to all the schools, all the masters, all the fighters that make us a winning team. Catch us in Cachita Universal Studios, NTV USA. Get our application. Share our application. You want to say any shout-outs to anybody?
Shout-outs, honestly, to everyone that not just trains with me, that supports me and knows that I love doing this. You know, not every mother, not every wife likes to see their little boy get knocked out and their face plastered. But it's a sport, and I love doing this, and that's never going to deter me. I've had 3-4 surgeries. I've had debilitating injuries, you know, and that's never going to stop me. As long as I can do this and I'm young and I love the sport, I'm going to keep trying until I reach my goals.
Excellent. And you know what? That's the attitude. That's why I say when we champions rise. Listen, a lot of people in South Florida throughout the world that immigrate around the world come here. And they have to go to struggles. In their country, they were a doctor and they have to wash dishes. You know what? As long as you have that attitude, you'll be a winner in life.
That mentality will get you far.
And that's why we say we're champions rise. It's not just rising in the ring. It's rising in life. And in life, especially when it gets tough, you need to have that energy and that focus to put the time, energy, and effort. Let me ask you, what are we working on different that we're going to bring into the cage in 305 Fights 11?
I'll tell you right now, next time you're going to see a six-pack in there. I'm doing the cardio. I'm doing the work. Not that I wasn't in shape there, because I'm always ready to fight. I'm always in fight shape. There's no excuses. Jay's the champion. He came in to fight. He put in work, and the better man won in that night. But, Jay, I still want a rematch.
Awesome.
You know, and next time, I'm going to use my knees. I'm going to use my elbows. So watch out. The ref's not going to stop it, you know.
Excellent. And you know what? Those elements are important. Later on, we're going to have a guest that I've known him for 30 years. That we've worked strength and conditioning for sports together. He does the nutrition. There's the strategy and the tactic. MMA is number one because that's why. It's so dynamic. There's so many things involved.
There's so many things involved, and there's so many tools. Sometimes you don't know what to do in there because next time, I'm going to show you I'm a complete mixed martial artist. There's going to be takedowns. Jiu-jitsu is what got me in this game. You're going to see some submission attempts. You're going to see body shots. You're not going to just see head hunting, and you're going to still see pressure. I'm always going to bring the fight.
I love this interview. Everything you said is right on the money. We're educating the public. We're communicating with the public, and we're inspiring. And I think we did this with this interview. Estamos educando al público, comunicando con el público y inspirando al público. Y yo creo que con esta entrevista en el podcast de 305 hemos hecho eso. porque estamos hablando de los elementos físicos, psicológicos,
Tudo isso.
todo eso que hay que practicar y entrenar. Let me ask you a question. Who or what inspired you to get into martial arts, to train?
I know I say this and I've said it, Anderson Silva, man. I was a kid, I saw him, he's a skinny black man, and he's beating all these muscle heads up, you know? And I said, I'm a skinny white kid, why can't I learn these things? And I fell in love with jiu-jitsu because at 14, 15 years old, I started making grown men unconscious with their own shoulders, you know, and then seeing them sleep. And I was like, whoa. And they didn't like losing to a 14-year-old. You know what I'm saying? They don't take it easy as you think.
Yeah.
When you're in the gym and you're wrestling, a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, sometimes he gets you in something. You're not going to want to tap in front of your friends, you know?
But you know, you gave a great example. That is a good example, not only of an athlete, combat sports, but of a martial artist. And you guys are the future example and are the future to be a winner in life, to be a winner in combat sports, and to be a winner in mixed martial arts and in martial arts. Thank you so much. Obrigado.
And I love that. I love the whole respect and honor thing because it makes a difference, you know? You don't think that you fighting in a ring matters, but it can change someone's life.
Yes. Respect and honor. How do you say? Obrigado.
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 Obrigado você.
305, donde surgen los campeones Trophy Fights, where the champions rise.
305 fights where the champions rise.